Okay, we should be hooking up to YouTube. Yep, there we are. Greetings, everyone. Oh, nobody's there yet because nobody knew I was going to be coming on. So, greetings. And see how it's Friday. I have a special. I'm going to turn my video off. I have just a special. I'm going to do this a little bit better next time, but I just thought about changing something. Anyway, for your Friday enjoyment. Okay, Google, beatbox.
If you want a freestyle, my friend has you covered.
I haven't heard beatboxing in such a long time. Okay, I got enough of that. Okay, okay, Google, meow like a cat.
Here's a cat sound.
Nobody's there. I guess everybody's out doing stuff. Golly, nobody's in the chat. No sexting or anything. Just here by myself. Is anybody watching? Hello, greetings, everyone. Nobody's in the chat. That's okay. Okay, Google, tell me a joke. Tell me a joke.
Okay, here you go. Never try to annoy someone with bird puns, because two can play at that game.
Did that one. Tell me about. I think that's some weird. I don't know what. I don't know if I want to do this one. Oh, okay, Google. Where's Waldo?
He seems to gravitate towards crowded places, so I guess the Tokyo Summerland way full.
That didn't make it. That was bad. Okay, Google. Clean my room.
Let me try.
That's pretty funny.
Did anything happen?
Oh, no.
Sorry, I guess I can't.
You got some really boring ones here. One last. Oh. No. Well, might as well. Okay, Google. Sing me a song.
Songs. I love singing songs. The end.
Okay, greetings, everyone. Sorry for ruining your Friday, or maybe I'm bringing it. Either way, I finally looked up what to tell this thing. I imagine they're adding a whole bunch of them right now. Yeah, that sounds really important. Useless information, useless. So anyway, greetings, everyone. This is we're going to talk about a couple of topics. I put the Cabal in the title because that's where I want to steer into a little bit. I'm not going to go into any of the creepy stuff, all the weirdness. I'm not interested in any of that. Basically, what I'm going to do is leave it open to see what they have to say and see where we go, basically. I connected to them a little bit today, here and there, but of course I don't remember any of it. And the other night I don't remember that either. So I figure it'd be and also you can always connect to them also if you want to, if you're not afraid. It's nothing to be afraid of as long as you're not like super negative. You'd be surprised what you get because that's it's like growing up, like talking to your parents basically. When you're scared and angry and part of the programming. So when you unprogram yourself, they'll be happy to talk to you basically. One thing, because I can't remember everything today because I was connecting to them here and there. And, you're doing stuff, and you kind of get excited. Like in the car, I'll connect to them when you're sitting at a light. What I'm getting is I forgot what it was. This was it. Of course, probably heard this before. Probably here. During Atlantis. During Atlantis of course, there's different scenarios. We can also maybe go into how they got here. There's different. I believe they've always been here. But of course, that during Atlantis times, like taking like you have all this knowledge, you have, you know, everything that you need, and you take it and it's like you throw it out the window basically. Take all, yeah, you're going to sleep basically. I connected this in the past. I'll say it again. I might get different versions of it. Basically, yeah, I'm gonna get different. You're always gonna get different versions. Here's different. Oh yeah, there's an image. Anyway, I'll show that in a minute. Yeah, I found it. Somebody sent. Yeah, Peter sent me an image. It's just awesome. I'll post that. It's basically what this is all about. Um, but during Atlantis, let's put it this way. Now we're one of the few species that, like, if you have a Palladian world, Arcturian world, normally it is a Arcturian environment or a Palladian environment. You might have different seedings here and there. You know, a different. You know, might have a Palladian world, some Arcturian. Of course, you have people incarnating that's been from Arcturus. You know, it's mostly Palladian ways. It's, you know, the DNA is Palladian mostly. You might have a little bit of other species, a little bit, like of Syrian and different. You might have a little bit here and there. But with us, we are everybody apparently. We're a lot. So when we're seeded by everybody, it's probably a lot of scenarios that went into how that even happened. Um, there's different versions of it. But basically, when you can say what we're 23 different species, whatever you want to call it, a mixture of everybody. Anunnaki is a big one, of course. And during that time, it's like, you know, we have all this knowledge. It's like there's a part of us we can't experience at this level, and that's what we're living right now. It's like, you know, this is great and everything, but it's like there's more to us than we can't experience unless we take everything and throw it out. Our great knowledge, or fourth dimensional, fifth dimensional, but whatever you want to call it. And the only way to do that is, it might have been a plan set up for our demise into third density. And you can say your Cabal was found. It's, I don't know. Everyone has their own version of it. I'm not getting a indication of that. They don't really, you know, a lot of stuff doesn't really matter. But either way, you know, the details aren't that important. Not really. I mean, it is if it's to you, that's fine. But you know, you have enough information to understand why we are the way we are. Basically, you know, it's for us to, you know, to be fully tested. And that's pretty intelligent right there to take, you know, like if you're a millionaire and throw it all out the window, not to say to go out and just learn how to be a bum, basically. But you have to forget, I'm going to say millionaires always have knowledge, but for the Atlanteans, they had all that knowledge, and it slowly became villainous. I don't think Lemuria ever went into that. Lemuria was there, from what I'm feeling, to keep balance, you know, as we throw ourselves out the window, basically. Lemuria was there to keep us up. It was like, I believe they even just saw their own demise. They saw Atlantis' demise. Some are saying that they feel Lemuria was before Atlantis. If that was true, not to say it wasn't, I believe it was called something else. That's my feeling. It was called something else, and then it became Lemuria after Atlantis was created. At least that's my vibe on that. I always felt kind of weird when I heard that. It's like, yeah, probably, but it's like I don't know. I'm having issues connecting to that. But yeah, it was called something else. From what I'm feeling, it had a different agenda or something. It had to change when Atlantis showed up. When Atlantis showed up, it had to change there. Yeah, that feels a little bit more correct. Well, either way, it doesn't matter. Whatever you feel, that's fine. As for our demise, basically into the third dimension, obviously, Atlanteans slowly became, you know, dark. But I mean, it wasn't just like a. I mean, I believe there was a part of Atlantis that saw our potential going into the third dimensional vibration. Some of it was intentionally, but I don't think that's where I'm getting like the block. Like some of it was no, it didn't really matters. But some of it was intentionally done by Atlantis themselves, and others not so much. So it's a lot of anyway. I guess I can go into some other time. I get a full indication of that. Not to say it's that important, but our it does feel like a lot of it was done by design, not by the Cabal. Well, Cabal was imagining part of it as like we would be here to, treat you like crap, basically. Um, so I imagine they're a part of that little discussion. As for how that discussion went down, I'm not sure, but it does feel like something around those lines went into play, basically. That caused us to go into a lower vibration that took us into what we're in right now. So obviously, many of you probably have heard of legends, stories of the Greeks. I believe, from what I'm feeling, there's my, everybody has their own version of it. The Greeks, I believe, were Atlanteans at one time. They Atlanteans went to other continents, created their own humans. I know it sounds like, yeah, it's no big deal, just create our own humans. So what? I imagine have assistance from others. Also, that's where the Greeks came from. The Indians, Asians. Even the Atlanteans themselves are all different types of species already. So different stuff. I've been all Mexican as far as I know. So I think it was just a mixture of all types. So, but it just took it and just increased the numbers and tried different things, and that's what it feels. And like I said, it doesn't really matter. But like the Greeks, I believe the Greeks did battle the Atlanteans. And Atlanteans had their superpowers. They had their nuclear weapons. They had all kinds of stuff, and just became madmen basically. Not all of them, but a good amount of them did. Yeah, it was just a lot of a lot of peace and a lot of corruption. I believe it was in Atlantic Ocean. I know somebody's like, I'm not sure. Part of it, I believe, was in Mediterranean, but I believe there's a lot more. I don't know. I always visualize Atlantis in the Atlantic, but also within. I believe it was huge. Also, I don't think it was small. At least that's maybe it's my ego building that one up. So anyway, of course, also the continents did move around a little bit. It does seem like that in some ways. Something like that I'm not sure of. Not that it is entire. Yeah, some of the stuff's like, I'm not sure if I want to connect all of that. It's a little bit more than I want to handle. But anyway, um, yeah, basically, they just basically destroyed themselves. They had one. Some say a meteor hit it and destroyed it. Was it David Wilcock that said? Yeah, I think he said about the elite are Martians. I believe the Martians had a lot to do with our demise. Also, it had something to do with it in some ways. But it was just one thing after the other. So, and when Atlantis went down, I believe eventually, Lemuria went down eventually. So it's just one thing after the other. So, and obviously, a lot of them went to Egypt, etc. Egypt felt like it was the second Atlantis for history, or like the library at Alexandria was burned down. I believe a lot of Atlantean knowledge was there. Some of it was, at least. So it was burned on purpose, from what I'm feeling. Yeah, it might have been an accident. I mean, obviously, that's pretty easy. I believe it was also burned on purpose. If you look it up. Not like we can really find out. So, at least that's my feeling on it. And as for the Cabal connections here, so they're, let's see here. Yeah, they were just here in silence, basically. They're now, I don't know if you want to call it devil's advocate, whatever you want to call it. From their point of view, they're here to teach humans how to, let's see, find themselves, find what they're looking for. Every human's looking for something within themselves. And yeah, darkness seems to be a big part of it. Uh, Everybody has their own chart, as you are aware. We all have our own. We're all writing our own charts. So there's something within yourself that you're trying to see. Like you're visiting darkness, a part of yourself, but also you're expanding yourself. but not to can be consumed by that darkness. That's up to you. You can be. There's always a way out from what I'm seeing. Sometimes it's hard to imagine that, especially with poverty. But a lot of it does go too far. As for darkness, it goes way too far. It's like, yeah, there's a lot of darkness here. It's, things are breaking down. Technology is kind of, it's always, so it can get out of hand. But yeah, that's the beauty of it all. Gee, that's nice. Uh, but that's where, that's how we're improving ourselves. Depending on who you look at, who you listen to, some would say, yeah, it's the hardest planet, and in the universe. Imagine there worlds that are similar to this one to a certain degree. Might be one's harder, but they don't have the DNA that we do. I imagine our harder realities, but they're not. They don't have what we have. So yeah, they don't have Walmart. Maybe they do. Jeez, probably do. They just have a. They don't have our DNA, our structure. Yeah, no, I don't think anybody does, from what I'm gathering. Not like this. It's always unique. You never. It's hard to really make something again. Oh, then again, with cards you can, but some things like this is a little bit. It's always going to be a little bit different. So we are we're our own masterpiece, and we've always been looking outside and not within, as you're aware. Who looks at their guides? Who looks at the angels? Oh, some do, but not many. It's mostly superstition, right? Or evil, for that matter. Especially if you witchcraft and all that. Even for doing something good as a witch, you're going to get hung or something like that. So that is how it's backwards as the world. Yeah, of course. Yeah, so right now we're going to a spiritual renaissance, or however you want to word it. And more is going, as for the Cabal energies, they feel that the more that you don't look at them as a threat or evil, the more you understand they just see themselves as teachers. Hardcore teachers, yes. They're just, yeah, they don't see themselves as negative. I know that's a really hard one to pick up. Even the ones that I say positive, negative Illuminati, from what I'm gathering, they don't see themselves as negative at all. It's just that we need to learn our lessons, and they're the ones to teach us to us, so there will be some of us enjoying. You can say there's a teachings that are very rough. Of course, they seem to be coming from a fifth dimensional energy, from what I'm gathering. At 5D, usually yin and yang, you see things a lot differently. At our dimension, of course, we are, yeah, it's like you're taking off the costume now of the old human going into your fourth dimensional self. So that's what this is all about. But this channel, those that are new to this, is basically just having a new outlook on life, not letting negative things really take you down, just to learn from them. And the more people are looking at more of a positive way, or looking more, letting go of the negative within themselves, that helps everybody out eventually. Because it's just a domino effect without the dominoes falling down. But, it's like more people are more connected to their guides, find more peace, not living in fear. Let your intuition awaken, so that means you can see more of the future and understand your tests. And that way you don't have such a negative attitude toward yourself, like, why me, all the time. There's a lot of that. As for humanity, yes, connect to humanity in general. Yeah, it's like a cesspool, unfortunately. As for the mentality going on, because a lot of it's why me, why is this happening to me? I need more money, I need this, I need that, I need more control over other people to do what I want. That's interesting. And that's not always people with the wealthy are doing this. Seems to be even those in poverty are very controlling. So there's a lot of conflicts going on. So it's going to take us a while to get out of this web, obviously. So, but more. Somebody asked about, I didn't email them back, but it's an excellent question. What do we do? What do light workers or spiritually awakened people, what do you do? Well, has through channelings of the past. Usually it comes through channelings, private sessions. It's all on what you are ready for. You can always use a user, a name. You make up a name for YouTube or make a blog, call yourself something, and be anonymous about your message, what's on your mind. The more people want this information, they want as much as they can get. Of course, the drama works the best as for getting views. I don't do much of that, so I don't get a whole lot of that type of crowd, which is fine. I don't really want to be a part of that anyway. The government's going to come and get you. World War III is going to happen. Blah blah blah. I'm not really interested in any of that. So, but basically, it's up to you on how you want to go about it. You can also use YouTube as a, you don't have to show your face. You can use a voice. Some use voice synthesizers. You can find them on your phone. Everybody has a super phone these days, so you can use that. Let's see here. You can use that, like I say, a blog. It's whatever. WordPress.com. I'm going to go into that in a second. But YouTube is the way. YouTube's only there's VidMe. There's not much on VidMe, but in the small crowds, not always a bad thing. But for YouTube, it doesn't matter how many views you get as long as you're putting your message out. You can always message me. I have a social network. You can always post it on my social network, which not many people go to, but also for Facebook, I have groups. You can post in my group. Some people do go in there here and there. So I don't even go there. I don't even check into Facebook that much. So as much as I should be doing. So if you create a blog or a video or audio, there's SoundCloud. I think you have to pay for SoundCloud. For YouTube, you don't. So there's different ways of going about it. Let's see here. So basically, just spread the message. Basically, whatever's. Some people feel like they're going to get it wrong, and just share your information. It's the best you can do. So people like text also, for writing like a blog or something like that. People love that stuff. It doesn't necessarily always have to be a video. So, but it is good to share. Of course, artwork also. I put a bunch of cartoons. I kind of stopped that. I'm glad I did, because cars blowing up every now and then. So put funds into that right now. That's running again. Yeah, Saturday I won't be doing a live stream. I'll be out again. And I'll be it for a while. Yeah, the thing with Edison, I'm going to be uploading Edison tonight, I think. Yeah, I'm going to try to do that. So I'm doing this video a little bit early. I'm going to upload Edison tonight. I should be live tomorrow morning, something like that. And I'll do a video tomorrow night. But as for getting your message out, it's whatever. Just some people I feel they're getting wrong. Of course, you see me. I'm putting a video up every day. You don't have to do that, but people like feeling that constant. That's why I like doing these. I do it for myself. I do it for others also. Of self-discovery. It's nice to, especially when world events happen, weirdness happens, things of that sort. It's good, but you don't have to upload all the time. You can upload one, share it a little bit, or upload a video, or WordPress.com is good. That's free. There's Blogger.com. I'm not sure if you can discover anything on Blogger, but you can discover a lot on WordPress. It goes into the community. So I'll go into that for a second. Also, those that are new to all of this, give you an idea of who I am also. So, great. That's not good. Okay. Okay, this is ivanteller.com. We have private sessions. That's my buddy right there. You can see what I'm doing for the week on this is the calendar. I'm not gonna go into that. We also have gift cards for friends, family, and also there's other ways of booking a session. To know more about what's going on, there's the Google Hangouts, Skype, Zoom, and you can use the phone. And everything's recorded, videoed, audio. Well, if it's on the phone, it's just audio. Here's you can submit a question. And these are submitted. Let's see, I think I got more information about this. Yeah. I think I got a download about this, but yeah, I have to remember what it was. So either way, this is it's a 5-minute question. Basically, I just give you $5, so it's $1 a minute. So just submit whatever question you have. And I'll give you audio about it. I might go into different versions of this. I think I got a dream about it, but I'm not remembering it right now. It's also an about page. There's me and my alien friends. Donation button. Donations help keep things going. Also have a web app here for iTunes and Android. Oh, we'll go into this first. Oh, well, actually, here we'll go to Spirit Q. This is a social network. This is another place where you can post. We'll go into these in a second. These are quite interesting. Oh yeah, this is the image. Oh, how's this gonna look? Oh man, this is biggest. We have no need for you to believe in us. We are here to assist you in believing in yourselves. And that's pretty much this channel altogether. The beings that come through, it's not about their technology. It's not about them. It's about us. So the ones I'm connected to, that is basically some people channel beings, and it's about how many fingers they have and stuff like that. And the ones I connect to don't really go into a lot of that. They don't feel it's that important because we're important right now, and having us come out of this negativity is very important. So this is a big deal for us being here. But for us to find love for ourselves is easier said than done. So this, my channel, this YouTube channel, my, spiritual direction is mostly helping myself and everybody that is interested is to let go of all, basically just throw out all the garbage, basically, when stuff that's depression, and find yourself and find more a peace of mind, peace within yourself. And that's, easier said than done. It takes time, especially when you're driving on the interstate. So it takes a while, but if you work at it, you can find yourself getting less angry, more at peace, more loving to others. Even if you don't get along with people here, because a lot of them are part of the 3D environment, you feel like alien. When you connect more to your spiritual self, you feel alien. But that's not always a bad thing. But I believe that's what we're heading to, more of a higher dimensional world. So it's just one step at a time. So it's not weird. It's weird to people in a lower vibration. But when you're in a higher vibration, it's not weird. It doesn't feel weird to me. I quite enjoy it. So anyway, that's beautiful. I love that. I love that image so much. Not that one. It tells everything. So I posted some of this other stuff. Anyway, go back to so anyway, you're more than free. I'll go into some of these videos in a second. You're more than happy to join spiritq.com. It should be in the link down below, and you can I'll add the stuff to the show. Of course, I haven't looked at any of this stuff. Well, here and there. But this is New Human, Star Children, Extraterrestrial Connection. So this is all for us to help us awaken. So also here's spiritsocial.org. You find the link below. This is my services, submit a question, healing, past lives. Message from Yeshua, channeling, consulting, 5-minute healing. Spiritual connections of the day, one question from a day. Chakra healing, balancing from a day, soul pain from Stephanie, and angelic Reiki from Miguel. Oh, that's right. And I'm gonna have to close down for vendor sign. I'm about to close that down because it won't allow me to add more people. No, I don't believe it will. I think I got 3 right now. So, yeah, check this out. Your support is much helpful as we expand into reaching out to more people about what's going on. Okay, I found a couple of these videos here. There's a worldwide matrix breakdown is coming as a lens array and sun simulator breaks apart, something around those lines. That's the video right here. It shows basically, you see the matrix. Obviously, this is when you look at the sun through a lens. If you take a picture of a sun, you might see things that are breaking apart. That's probably the fourth dimensional energies are getting stronger here. And this lady's talking about the Earth simulator, basically the Matrix and what's going on. Some of her stuff's she says something weird about the world ended at 1996. I'm not sure if I'm into all that, but whatever floats your boat, that's cool. And this guy is he calls himself Black Bigot. He has 2 different YouTube channels. Basically, he knew somebody that worked for Area 51, and a guy from Area 51 said, Neo, he was like drunk one night, and according to the story, that's what these 2 videos are about. The story. You have to go look through his YouTube channels to find more details. Not a whole lot, but basically, he's paranoid as hell too. Basically, he said Orion's belt, like the 3rd star in Orion is where the negative beings are coming from. 2 other stars in Orion are fine. The grays are basically and that was the Area 51 guy said that the grays are the ones that are the pain in the ass, the nightmarish ones. But he also said something about the brown aliens. But I believe the brown aliens are probably reptilian. But he said those are fine. But this is only one point of view. Let's see, what else was it? But they also talked about space travel and things of that sort, which is kind of interesting. Talked about the biology of the alien, and also he said that he's afraid of positive ETs and negative ones. So, anyway, he's got a ways to go to actually fully connected, but it's still fascinating. Yeah, he thinks the government's coming after him. I don't believe they are, but he's kind of paranoid right now. So, but it's cool. People are reaching. It's good. People are connecting. Well, in some ways, but yeah, it's a lot of paranoia there. Oh yeah, that's right. And let's stop share. Go back. Okay. All right. As for you want to, like, if you want to do a website or something around those lines to, well, for free, there's WordPress.com. There's Tumblr. Tumblr has a community. WordPress.com has a community. Blogger, I'm not sure, but it's all free. This is where you can post your, if you have a blog or a video. I don't use any. I should use WordPress.com to post videos, but there's only so much I can do in one day. It's also, if you want to pay for a website, there's Weebly. Recommend that. It's the one I use. Squarespace is good. All these, Weebly's like $15 a month, something like that. And Squarespace is like $10 a month, depending on what you do. I don't know. I feel got weird vibes about Squarespace for some reason. I don't feel right about it. As much as I should. I don't. And there's Wix also. Wix is like $6 a month or something like that. This is probably the most popular one. So, but yeah, sharing Tumblr is good. WordPress, there's probably other places, but these are the major ones I'm aware of to get your name out. So, is there anything else here? I'm gonna close that out. It's getting kind of. Whoa, chat room. Whoa, anybody there? Love the chat room. Yeah, I'm not on Facebook very often. Yeah, I'm not a big Facebook fan. Not a big Mark Zuckerberg fan. Okay, as for the connection tonight, basically going to leave it open for any being to come through. As for the Cabal energies, yeah, it's a lower vibration. They do feel like they are our teachers, depending on how you want to look at them, positive, negative, however you want to look at them. Either way, they're part of our evolution. The reason I connect to them is because so many are within their web. As you can tell, many are, you know, negative to everybody, angry, just like freaking ridiculous. With the ego, and it's like getting out of control. Yeah, the Cabal energies, such as breaking down the family. Understand from what I'm gathering from this is all, yeah, a science experiment. Watching the families, you have other environments on other worlds like Palladian, Arcturian. Usually, the family is very positive. You come here, it's not positive at all. So, as an experiment, yeah, it's a pretty gaudy one, as you can see. Family is probably the hardest thing you can ever get at. He's like, it's almost like sometimes they're very nice, sometimes it's a jungle. He learned more went into jungle, of course, and all the just the piercings and just you don't know if you're going to get eaten by somebody. I mean, it's truly a jungle out there, isn't it? You don't feel like you're good enough or whatever it might be. So, from their perspective, it's a petri dish. Let's see here. Anything on your mind? So basically, we leave it open for any being that. I do feel the Essassani, they, Bashar's group. Yeah, other beings, I feel, yeah, they're assisting. They have their own ways of connecting with us. The Essassani is very obsessed with us, you can say. And so it's not all of them, but they are feeling as if, obviously, they see our potential. But it's like with Bashar, it's like, was it contactee specialist or whatever, Ascension specialist or something around those lines. In some ways, yes, our success is their success because they take a part of us is with them, part of us is with a lot of beings. But to give you the Essassani, yeah, they're not exactly very, at least from the drawings, aren't exactly the most. Well, compared to us, I don't know. They look gray. They look happy grays, basically. That's one way of looking at it. Some of them do look like gray. I mean, ancient, old, ugly-looking gray. I think they're awesome looking. But anyway, some of the older ones are look super gray, but they have the Essassani type of mindset. Let's see here. Yeah, the Essassani want to see us improve our daily lives, not be so negative towards each other. We're on a self-destructive path, as you can see. This is them. And it's no need for it anymore. It had its purpose, and it's run its course. All these negative attributes that we're going through, it's all done by design for us to learn and expand. But now all of that's coming to an end if you wish it to. Because for you to ascend, the negativity has to do what you want with it. But you always have free will. It kind of stopped right there. You know what to do with it. We live in a fear-based society at this time. And it's like we're underwater. We're all drowning right now. We put our focus on material possessions and things. And what's most important is our soul and our soul expansion. Is to realize that we are infinite beings. I did a meditation before this about a couple hours ago. And I saw myself on Saturn. It was like a liquid being. It was really neat. It was a liquid being. It was humanoid. It was like a liquid type of substance. I don't know how to describe it. It was freaking cool. Just a liquid alien being walking. You have a humanoid. You can walk around doing your own thing. And what they're doing is that they're creating third density environments. You can create fourth dimensional, but the third density ones are interesting. Start from third and move up, and that's what a lot of them are doing right now. Other aliens, of course, a lot of them are dealing with those civilizations, but some of them out there are creating them. From what I felt, yeah, Saturn is creating something. I didn't go into details where. I don't think it's that important. But it was neat to see that they were involved with the creation process of it, of how the human, and that's what the black bigot went into also. He went into a lot of that, how we're created by the aliens. So as with I believe it was a fifth dimensional, fifth dimensional being, but probably I get fifth dimensional. So it was created by other beings, but they're involved with its the creation process, the details in the society that was being created. So that was fascinating. And just like us, we're learning from ourselves, as you can see. Sort of. It does seem like we're coming out of this phase of who we are, like the mystery. It's like the mystery is going to be there's going to be a mystery of it anymore. Let's see, one moment. And some beings that are, I think they are like their message is like concrete. It's like, I don't know, there's different. Not everybody's going to agree with their message. Is ones that channel through me, and others, not everybody's going to agree with everything that's coming through. It's just different points of view, different. There's more to it basically. Some beings are channeling, they're saying one side of the story that they're aware of. There's always more going on. And that's where it gets more interesting. Just like anything else, like an event happens, everyone sees it from their own point of view. So that will eventually open itself up. Also, I do see the skies opening up more, but not from necessarily alien beings, just becoming more aware that there is a presence here. I do see that coming, depending on where you are vibrationally, because I believe that if you're having peace with yourself, you will become more sensitive to who's around. Not necessarily have to connect to aliens, though. I believe you're mostly connecting to yourself. Aliens aren't that important. I mean, yeah, it's great to connect to them and all that. Your guides, your angels, or most of your guides are probably more. Well, guides and angels are important. It's the idea is to connect to yourself and find peace with yourself. It's like you go into your engineering. You're engineering yourself to be, not worried about the future, manifesting what you want to manifest. You know what I mean? Be like the aliens, but you are being like the alien. You're putting, you are that. We're empowering ourselves. So like, wow, you guys are so smart. It's like we're smart. It's just we have to rediscover it, find it all. You know what I mean? So that's what we're just unraveling. I believe a lot of people are going to start doing that. You just got to trust yourself. It takes time. It's not something that takes years to just get used to all of this. It's weird when you start feeling that you're confident about what you're connecting. Your guides are coming. You're confident of the messages coming from your guides. This is me talking from experience. Not to say I have it all figured out or anything like that. I understand I'm channeling a lot of this also. It does seem like the more confident you become of your abilities, the more it's like you're around somebody negative, like at work. You can almost put them in a box, you can say, in some ways, or whatever, a shield. That way you're not absorbing all their stuff. And that can be environments of social environments. However you want to word that. As you become more sensitive, you become more, knowledgeable about how to do all these things. But for the most part, it's like I want to be healed. I want to not torture myself all the time. This reality is just a bunch of BS, basically. Pretty much, it's just a prison in reality. That's all. It's all right. It's doing its thing. But also, there's a comment about it was in the chat. It's like, oh, I can't connect to the third. I can't connect to the fourth dimension. I'm too busy. You can, if you want to. If you don't want to, that's fine. But you can if you put you just a simple just it's little things that help you heal. If you want to be healed, you want to go into the fort. You just it takes time. You have to cleanse a lot of stuff. You got to clear a lot of junk from your past. You know, if you have a bitterness towards somebody, you got to clear that. It's not easier. It's easier said than done, of course. Negativity at work, negativity with family. You got to clear a lot of that. So it's not going to be perfect, but at least if you do have a negativity happens, at least you can balance it where you can feel, okay, that's that. I need to not get excited about that anymore. Just calm down, and focus on what's important, which is myself. And a lot of times, especially with family, it's the family are going through their stuff and they're putting it off on the kid. Usually happens like, the kid is born and it picks up everybody's crap basically. That's the way it goes. But you're getting involved with. That's not always the case, but there are cases like that. Especially my friend at work, his uncle kept calling him stupid when he was young and all kinds of stuff. His uncle's all screwed up. He's more grown up than his own uncle. So, you know, it's hard, especially I have low self esteem. I grew up with a low self esteem growing up. I went through the same thing in a different way, but yeah, psychological warfare basically. So yeah, it's very difficult to heal that stuff. Yeah, that's very difficult to heal. Some things aren't going to, if you're not bitter, it takes a while. You'll be able to find a balance. But yeah, it's hard. The idea is not to get too excited about things and just to, the idea is to connect to more of your spiritual self, is to have a more understanding of the grid here, not connect to the negativity. Many like to connect to negativity because the negative side of themselves. Um, that's hard, but just connecting more to the higher vibrations, you got to be a high vibrational person. Just look at the bright side of things instead of being so, you know, sheltered with negativity, as most of society is, because they're just what I don't have. This person saying this about me, yada yada yada. So there's a lot of that going on. Of course, it's going to go on in some ways, but I believe the more you connect to more of you have peace with yourself, because I'm feeling a lot of this right now. You just have peace with yourself, peace with others, and you're just you'll feel more of the grid going on. You'll see more of your future and the grid of life, basically. And not necessarily aliens are not that important. Not really. The idea, because sometimes even, well, you're connecting more to your alien side because that's where you'd rather go than put a place where there's Walmart and Kmart and blah, blah, blah. You want to connect to your elementals and things of that sort. Get out of here. This place don't make no sense. This place doesn't make any sense. But the idea is to improve your environment here, so you're not a negative, you know, where you have peace for yourself, self love, but also that you're not nitpicking the way you look. Yeah, there's some things about your looks and stuff you want to improve also, but also have a peace with it. Also, you're not knocking yourself down. It does seem like the more that you are at peace with yourself, peace with others, that's when you connect more to a higher dimensional energy. That way you can manifest what you are looking for and just live the life that you truly want, the higher dimensional life, and also to help others see what you are seeing. It's I think I've seen this stuff in the past, but I'm saying more of it now right now. But you just feel it. You just feel that you're more connected. It takes time because there's a lot of learnings, a lot of clearing you have to do. It takes time. Uh, but I believe when you clear dark sides within yourself, you do remove boulders that are keeping you from ascending. It takes a while. Of course, it has. I have to keep saying it because it's true. Because it's just your own personal voyage. Don't be hard on yourself if you're not connecting to your guys as you like to. Just take it easy on yourself. The more you're hard on yourself, the harder it will get to be to get there. Meditation does work. It all depends on, because that has a lot to do with the clearings also. But there's different methods of it. But the idea is to have, close your eyes and just give your mind, just forgive yourself if you need to, and just let go of a lot of the stuff that might be bothering you. Um, Let's see here. Most likely, you start to feel your guides more of the presence around there's their help with you, uh, but just give it time. Let's see here. It's like cracking open your old self. Yeah, it's just cracking open this whole mindset it's going to dissolve eventually. It just takes a while to master it. It's as long as you're not hard on yourself, yeah, it's working out little bits here and little bits matters most. Like, hey, I'm not where I really want to be, but this is okay. As long as you're not beating yourself up, you beat yourself up, you're not getting anywhere. It is good to have goals. There's nothing wrong with that. But by this date, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. In fact, by this date, hopefully, well, I plan on knowing more about my guides, knowing more about what's going on in the world. Uh, and when you connect to a higher vibration, you're sending out high vibrations for others to see what you're seeing also. It does help. Of course, it's all about you, and it should be, but all about others also. This is a group effort, of course. Anybody have any chiming in to do? Yeah, the Cabal doesn't really, they're not going to out you. At first, they'll test you to see if you're the real thing. But then again, they're already testing you. They're monitoring everything. Yeah, because understand, I'm talking about the aliens, not the Rockefellers. They're just minions. I don't think they connect to anything. Some of them do. They connect to was it Lucifer? The satanic stuff. None of that means anything to them. They feel like it gives them power. That's their mindset. It's their twisted way of doing things. But that's to keep the earth on a low vibration. So they connect to Satan to keep the earth on a low vibration. So when they're praying to Satan, they mean they want the world to stay at a low vibration. And with that at a low vibration, it's sending you, foods at a low vibration, everything. It's like a spell. So they're putting a spell, music, whatever. It's all just a big spell, and yeah, they take it very seriously. The ones that are here. They don't. I don't think the ones here fully see the whole picture. No, I don't think they do because they're not here for that. They're just like us. It's like we're here to be beaten up by them, and they're there to be beating us with it. So they're there to club us. Of course, they beat the crap out of each other also. But I don't think they fully see the full picture because they're too busy like beating us down to fully see what's the full. I don't think some of them do. Don't. From gatherers, they're just as lost as we are in many ways. They just know that there are keepers, the humans here, that are millionaires, that are hail Satan or whatever it is, Sony music and things of that sort. But I don't believe they're connecting to a higher. They don't want to connect to a fourth dimensional energy. Some do, most don't. They're just not. It's not part of their programming. So the elite have their programming. If you look online, obviously, to program us, but they're programming each other. But it's not. It has nothing to do about connecting to the fourth dimensional energies. Some are aware of it, like the black magicians. I think it's still that's like more of a fourth dimensional. Let's see. I might get a whole lot from that. They're not seeing. Yeah, it's part of the satanic stuff in some ways. But understand it. Like if you feel like a black magician or something like that, they can play with your mind, stuff like that. But if you're not afraid of anybody, it's like, I have self-love. I'm not afraid of you. I believe you will be fine. Not to say you're going to be confronted by them, but just in case. Like I've been connecting this stuff a lot recently. Any positive way. I haven't had any attacks or anything like that. So it's all been, I've slept fine. I haven't had anything weird other than my car, but it had nothing to do with that. I haven't had to when you start, when you get all negative, of course, all you're going to do is receive negative. Let's see here. Anything else from? In the nutshell, is to basically love yourself and not worry about other people's bullshit. That's from the Cabal. They say don't even worry about pretty things either. It doesn't really matter. That's just to fool you into. I mean, of course, you're going to have, like expensive things like jewelry. None of that stuff really matters. Just to fool you into like a false idol. Like expensive wedding dresses. All this freaking, all this like real expensive stuff. I mean, there's nothing wrong. I mean, it's not. People put a lot into that. They go into debt for a long time. It's like, there's nothing wrong with living in poverty. It's the way on how you look at it. Of course, with health, they take away health, but even that, they're finding ways, as you can tell, with healthcare bills, people are getting help. Yeah, it's not perfect, of course. Of course, this might be a little bit. Some people that are in poverty right now aren't looking at the good things in life; they're looking at what they don't have. Yes, there's a lot of violence that comes in their environment also, but it's the environment they asked to be born into. Uh, some of them are going through karma, not all of them, but quite a few of them are, because they were just as nasty as the elite were. Meaning that many of them had a lot of money and abused a great amount of it over time. So that's why a lot of them are in extreme poverty situations. Because some of them lost themselves, but they're not finding themselves either because they're not connecting to their spiritual side. Of course, that's controversial. Poverty can be removed from this planet. That's up to the governments because right now they don't want anybody to have any money. That can all be changed. Let's see. They just say prime directive for some reason. I'm not. Anyway, whatever. A world prime directive can be made. The World Health Program, food program can be implemented, but they're afraid not to. They're not going to right now. Basically, it's like the Earth is a theater right now, as you can see. You have to let things play out, but there will be food for everyone. But right now, there's a negative bond going on. Many are living out their theater lives. They're these tests basically. But they will see the truth eventually. But yeah, it has to cycle out. Obviously, it has to cycle out of that negativity through generations. Where the galactic knowledge will start to die. They say like shower in or flow in. As this type of information become more, it will grow. How many times many are rejecting it right now, like healing yourself and not, it's new ideas that many aren't really grasping on right now. Because no ego, no, it's just it's in the works right now for it to become more. It's a new thing. It is new because even those in the spiritual communities don't only go so far. They only go so far. Like I got my candles, I got my crystals, and that's it. Take my guides, go look at tarot cards the rest of my life. That's it. There's more to it. And that's what this is. This is like you are the tarot cards, but there's more to that. It's like you're unwearing, you're taking all these layers off, and you can connect more to your higher dimensional self. Many do reject the aliens because there's a reason for that. Well, they feel it's not important because they feel like some of the aliens have let humans down in the past. That's why they feel like it's for us. I mean, nothing wrong with connecting to the aliens, and some don't connect to the aliens because they feel like the aliens are not, which makes sense, or not very honest in the past. That's why they connect more to themselves, their spirit guides. Nothing wrong with that. So you can connect, yeah, obviously connect to whoever you like to. Some connect to the angels, Agartha, whatever it is that feels more, that empowers you. To feel more, you might see yourself as like a centaur, or I saw a guy, you know, a girlfriend of mine a long time ago. Yeah, she brought her boyfriend, and he looked like a centaur. He said people around him said he was a centaur. I mean, his face it looked like his body structure was like centaur. Always missing is the horse. So he's like half man, half horse. So, you know, obviously, yeah, that was kind of like a joke for him to remember that. Let's see here. But to getting to know the Cabal is very simple, but many still are very arrogant, ignorant to the situation. Uh, they do feel like they are teachers. I guess that is the higher dimensional beings. That many are just having a difficulties grasping all of this because they just have this one mindset of how they are, which is untrue. They can be very kind, but those that are causing a lot of the satanic stuff are the humans, not really the aliens. The aliens are a different story. There's a whole thing. It's just not. I'm not seeing all this dark shit that they're talking about. Like, yeah, I don't see any of it. Like I connected to the positive Illuminati. That was more of the presence here. Like the humanoid version, this is like something totally different. I'm not connected to any of that shit. It's just they're it's like they're running the theaters. Like they're just here to humans need to learn their from what they know what humans need to learn, so they're there to implement it, help it out, help them receive their learnings. We're here to improve ourselves in different ways, so they're part of that process. It's kind of like ordering room service. It's like that's what it's starting to feel like. It's like I need to go through this. So you order up your family, and they know about it, and they sort it out with the other side. From what I'm gathering, also they're involved with this. I know it sounds weird, but that's what I'm gathering. They sort it out with the other side to help you learn your lessons. If you need to learn self love, or you want to, like your sister's going to die at a young age, but you need to learn to be more independent on yourself. You've been independent on other people your whole life, so that helps you be more independent. There's things of that matter that because I'm not getting this whole Satan stuff from them at all. The other one, the humans that do that stuff it's just to keep the show going on. Yeah, just keep the play going on. It's like we need to improve ourselves. This is basically like going to the gym. Basically, coming to this world is like going to the spiritual gym, and you get the crap beat out of you. As you're aware, you're not exactly looking the way you want to look, because the aliens can always change that. We can't do that. We can do it sort of, but it's still kind of crappy. So we're going through the spiritual gym just to improve ourselves in certain areas. But then we can't snap out of it. It's like we want to keep beating the crap out of ourselves. You don't realize it's like, what, your session's over. Now you can let all that go. Now you can move up now you can move up the next grade. It's like, no, I don't want to do that. I want to stay so that's one way of looking at it. There's different ways. But like I said, this Cabal, I'm not seeing it as dark. I mean, there are versions of it here that are dark. I don't know. I'm seeing something totally different. I'm not seeing this all dark. And I mean, not to say what's going on here is not bad. It is, but what it's just this test, basically. It's all it is. Just the aliens can't learn like we do. They can have their ships, they can fly over the place, they can have, they don't have to eat. So they come in this, and you reincarnate here to improve yourself, to not be so impatient, because you don't have to be as an alien. Patience. You get everything instantly. What if patience doesn't even exist? So we're making ourselves better aliens, basically. That's what, we're just improving our alien self. We're just not aware of it. Now we become more aware. Yeah, it's like I'm just making myself a better alien, basically. Of course, your soul on the other side, however you want to word it. I'm making my soul a better soul. I'm just trying to crystallize myself. And that's why I have all this hell happen to me, so I can just, jeez. I don't know, I'm seeing a whole different pattern here. Well, I'm supposed to see like a dark cabal and all that. I mean, yeah, that does exist here. Yes, the human version of it, yes. But the higher I'm not seeing that. But the aliens, I'm not seeing that. And there probably are humanoids that are human cabal that are super dark. Yeah, I believe that. That they go to other worlds and start shit and build McDonald's and stuff. I can probably, but I'm not feeling that's a focus right now. The focus is us coming out of this shit storm, basically. That simple. Okay, maybe it's not that simple. Well, you can say it's simple, but doing it's another story. Um, and also, like you got food, like McDonald's or something, you can neutralize that as your were, but you have to raise your vibration to do that. Uh, so I think, I mean, you can do that, but I believe you can truly do it when you connect more to the higher version of yourself. I'm not getting a full indication of everything here, but basically, what it comes down to is just flesh out. If you feel like there's something, I know you just got to go through your own process. Basically, I want to say like, is there something bothering you, like a family member or somebody you know that friends? If there's drama in your life, drama, low vibrational drama, it's hard to ascend with that. It's hard to go into ascension mode when you're going to have it, but at least you'll find peace within yourself where it's like, oh, that girl said this or this person said that. You're just you let all of that bitterness go. I can have a relationship that would have been really good and then it all went to hell. I've had that, and it's just like, and it takes you like a couple of years to get over because it's like, geez. So it's like basically let your shit go. Basically, yeah, it's different for everybody. But if you have a bitterness towards anybody, it's gonna be hard to pull yourself into ascension mode. If you have drama, it's kind of hard to go into ascension mode. Also, it's just if you can't find it and you don't feel like you're ascending, there's must just like I said, meditate, peace. You'll find it somewhere. But it does seem like when you don't know when you're start to fully start connecting, you'll just know. But you are already. If you're wanting to, you will eventually. You'll feel more stronger. Um, but yeah, obviously, aliens are only here just to help us. Like the ones that come through, are only here to just help you with like certain things. Like here, I'll help you with this, that, the rest you got to figure out on your own. That's what it comes from. That's my main agenda. It's like, we can help you, but we're not here to help you across the street. You can do that on your own. It's like riding a bike. It's like, we'll help you a little bit when you first learn, but then we're gonna let you go and you can figure the rest out. We'll keep helping you, but eventually you're gonna have to start riding it yourself. That's the ones that come through me. They're not here to give you a whole lot of details about their civilizations. Not, it was never, yeah, they're not. Not here to give you a hard time either, like some do, which is kind of interesting, but that's okay. They get kind of emotional through the channels, which is fine. Some people love that, which is fine. It's different for everybody. But for this, it's just, I don't know, just if there's something there, it just go with the flow. If you wanted to connect to your aliens, your higher vibrations, like I said, just meditate and find peace. If you're somebody you're pissed off about, it's good to find a way to heal that. It might take several months or even years to do that. I still have family in my family that's still kind of, I still have, I haven't fully healed it, but I don't dwell on it. But I try to avoid any confrontation because it's very materialistic, very arrogant in my family. Um, it's just kind of like a snobbery that's not everybody. My uncle is very snobbish, unfortunately. Third dimensional. Just I can't talk to them. I can't do anything. I can't. They have their own certain ways of thinking about things. Imagine people have that in their family. Just certain ways. Oh, if you're not doing this, or you're not going to this school, or whatever, just trying to help you, but trying to help you by beating you with a rock. So it's not. Yeah, they mean well, I guess. Sort of. So I kind of like having it Scott, the Germans. I want to say Gestapo. Yeah, Gestapo in her family. It does feel like that. It went through a lot of psychological stuff there. But as for Ascension, let's see what else they have to say. Like connecting the Cabal energies, like the positive energies, like above this earth. You will see no ego. You will see it's all just a big play, basically. I do see them working with the other side. I do see them as like, um, they just things need to play out. The souls, it's like everybody comes here to get the crap beat out of them, basically. But you come out not always a better person because some are really scarred. But those scars have purpose no matter what. You do improve. Even if you feel like you're not, you do. It's just getting over that trauma takes a while. So when you go to the other side or in your own life, if you have not died at all, especially when you feel like you want to die all the time, that means you're really being tested. I know I've been through that, and a lot of people have. That means you're truly being tested. You just gotta hold on. You just gotta keep going. Uh, it's just, yeah, this stuff's not that popular. As for what's coming through right now, this isn't going to be popular. I mean, it might be for some, but yeah, I mean, some already are aware this is just a Matrix show, basically, pretty much. But basically, aliens come here because they can't get it anywhere else. They can't improve themselves, and some are terrified to come here. Quite understand, yeah, gee, but yeah, because you forget everything. Now, if you have a little bit of memory, and some do, but not really, it's hard, yeah, because you forget everything. You forget about your soul, you forget about your guides, you forget about all kinds of stuff. And it's like you forget this is just a show too. You forget this is just theater. And you come in here and think it's all real, and you get the shit beat out of you, and you're just ready to jump off a bridge. And it's very, yeah, it sucks. But I am seeing more of the theater that's going on here, and I imagine more will start flooding through. Little bits here and there. I can give you an idea. Like before I entered this life, I saw myself like I visualized like you can say like 10, 20 lifetimes before this one. I knew this one was coming. I was told I wasn't really intended to come here. I didn't have to. For some reason within myself, I feel like I had to come here again. There was some, I don't know, some unfinished business from feeling. I believe it's in its process of being finished. I'm not sure what. Maybe I haven't reached that yet. So I don't know. Or I mean, I believe there's alternatives that could be in my position also, but chose not to. I don't know. Uh, Not to say they would not do it as they wouldn't be successful. Um, we're just getting started here, obviously. Uh, but yeah, I'm seeing the Earth as a theater. It's like a school, obviously, but they take away so much when you come in, your memories, that it's terrifying to see you lose all that. So when you come in here, you become like your worst nightmare. It's all about it. All has purpose. It's terrifying. Yeah, yeah. Even if you're going to be rich, it doesn't really matter. It's scary because you're just. It depends on what kind of test you're going through. If it's mild, you should be all right. But if you're here to get the crap beat out of you, like many are, like the slums of New York and things of that sort, yeah, it's a doozy. But then it does seem like some do get addicted. Like when you see this, what you learn here, you keep coming back and keep coming back, and you become very difficult to connect with as for awakening your guides and everything, because you've been so. Unless you had a spiritual incarnations, it's different. But even there, they don't really see the full picture. But still, it's a little bit easier. Of course, then that's when you get into the psychic. That's when you get into cursing people and stuff like that. So you get a whole another drama center. You get a whole bunch of different type of drama. You get like spiritual drama. So there's that. Oh yes, I believe curses do exist for sure. Of course, I was told I had one, And I believed it. It was mostly myself cursing myself, but it had something to do with lessons, and I had to go through that. Yeah, that was fun. Um, yeah, that was bad because I grew up beaten up pretty much. So, so having being told that, it's like, yeah, that's definitely true. So yeah, it's not fun. But either way, some like connecting to the dark, like the spiritual darkness, stuff like that. That's fine. It's their business. But as I see, is like there is a higher energy here of teachers, basically, like what the Cabal said. But I don't even want to call them that, but I'll call them that anyway. Yeah, I call them something. Doesn't really matter. But you'll see all these lessons as all have a root of reason, especially when you start seeing them. It means you're coming out of the abyss, which is a good deal. Meaning, yeah, you're going to a fourth-dimensional mindset, which I feel like, yeah, it's interesting. I must have made a lot of peace because I've been making a lot of peace here and there, sort of, yeah, for the most part. But I do feel the fourth-dimensional energy is coming through, and I believe others are feeling this. We'll probably be feeling it for a while. Of course, the ego gets involved with that sometimes. But obviously, you'll start, yeah, basically become more like the aliens, basically. That's where we're ascending to. Become more telepathic, more telekinesis, more be able to, control our lives here. See timelines, everything like they do, but a lot stronger. That's the idea for us, is that we're a lot more powerful than a lot of them. That's why we're going through all this manipulation and stuff. Is that we're going to so you start so that's basically what I'm feeling of the fourth dimensional energies. To just start seeing more of the, not necessarily aliens. You might see them. It's just not that important to see them. I always thought it was, but now I'm getting, it's like it's not really. See yourself. They don't matter. Yeah, work here on yourself. Not worry about. I mean, if they show up, that's one thing. That's great. But yourself is where that's where the magic happens. So interesting. I wasn't planning on going through all this, but as for the Cabal energies, you'll see them in a different light. You see them as more spiritual teachers. You'll understand it. You won't hate them. The human ones, you understand where they're coming from. Also, you just lose a lot of that anger. Some are gonna have difficulties connecting with that. But that's just a process they need to go through. Yeah, there's just a problem. They're just gonna have to stay. Darkness is what you want. Darkness is what you'll get. And that's fear. It's like, I'm not getting near that. I mean, yes, a lot of fear going on. There's a lot of internal fear you got to heal. There's nothing to be afraid of. A lot of it's in the mind also. You feel like it's a mind trick or something like that, which it's not. And so you got to get over yourself, basically. If you have a lot, like, I'm using Alex Jones as anytime I'm not mentioning somebody, I'm probably talking about Alex Jones, because there's a lot of stuff there that a lot of people are going through. A lot of paranoia, a lot of anger, a lot of, that's where the elite comes through. And you know, I'm not sure why some of them aren't like, some aren't really talking about this stuff. It's part of the game. Well, it does seem like game is over for some of us, at least. Some of them are going to continue on. Uh, yeah, like Aleister Crowley, there was a lot of darkness about Aleister Crowley, but it's also a positive side that he didn't dwell on very much. I think there was a positive side of him, but of course, he created a lot of black magic and he was like a Cabal creator, like a darkness creator, and of course, they use a lot of that. But I believe he dabbled with the light also, but it's mostly dark, obviously. Uh, but we got to figure that out. We got to. But it's just it's another mind trick, basically. Because it's not everything is dark. But what I'm connecting to here is, I don't see dark. I'm seeing more disinformation of evil and fear, basically. So anyway, the more you connect to more positive self of your side of yourself, what's out there, I believe you will unlock a lot of the chains and not be afraid of anything anymore, and have more peace of mind. It's quite fascinating. I'm going to a place I never. It's like one little bit have over, just they give you a little bit, but then they back off, and they give a little bit, and you back off. But yeah, this place seems to be, yeah, it's a game basically, and it doesn't mean you have to play in it. I mean, you have to in some ways, but you don't have to fall for this stuff. Um, it was mostly fear that's running this planet. So if people aren't ready to come out of the abyss, that's fine. Um, it's quite fascinating. All right, I should have more tomorrow. I know I'm kind of saying the same things over and over again. Uh, let's see what I got tomorrow. So, all right, blessings, everyone. Take care. Have a great night.